Cool, we're back in Blender, and now we're gonna proceed to make the lights on top and the little dirt tray at the bottom with the fern coming out. Now, I would maybe like to start with the lights. I think it's probably the easier thing to do. They're just just like they look like the neon tubes. Uh, should be pretty straightforward to make it. Uh, yeah. Okay, let's get started. So I'm on let's see, let me get the screencast keys up. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna hide everything else but these. So we want to start from the center one. So we'll do a shift A and make a cylinder. Now I kind of want to keep this low, maybe even 16. Just it's fine. I think if I sharpen it, yeah, it's okay. 16 will do. Small enough that we don't need to care about it. Rotate it on 90. And we are gonna, let's see, scale it on the Y. And then scale it down, but not on the Y axis. Yeah, I reckon something like this is gonna be fine. Maybe just scale it down slightly on the Y axis. Yeah, that looks about right. Let's go to front view. Get out of this. Let's see. Yeah, something down that line. I'm actually gonna, I'm just gonna hide this and this as well. Easier that way. So, scale it back up on the Y slightly. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna grab one of the sides, just loop it. I think it's something like this. Yeah, looks about right. And extrude the faces along normals. And make it something like that. That looks fine. Just this. Chamfer it. No. First of all, apply rotation and scale, then chamfer it. Yeah, this looks fine. And then we're just gonna mirror it to the other side. Cool. I actually wanna make a mounting point. We could just make it as easy as grabbing these two, insetting them like such. Just extrude them upwards like this, S0, flatten them out, and just merge them like this. Yeah, this is fine. It's okay. So it looks like there is 4 light points per section. So we're gonna keep it at that. We're just gonna move this, and we are going to make an array out of this. And space it out. Unfortunately, I cannot go vertical because this has no thickness. So actually, let's put a solidify modifier 1 second just to get an idea. Cool. Yeah, this is fine. That's all right. We're gonna lower it slightly. Yeah, that's good. So and then duplicate this, move it, and duplicate this and move it again. Now, as you might know, it's not good when you have it's not good when you have everything perfectly symmetrical, and afterwards we're gonna change them slightly so that they're not perfectly symmetrical, but for now I'm gonna keep them like this. Actually no, let's just do it now. So first thing I want to do is I want to separate this piece, and I want to Of course, because the array. Right. So first of all, I'm just gonna apply the array, whatever, and just separate it. Now, this piece, I'm gonna give it a new material mission. There you go. And this one we can give it a base mat. Question is, which one do we give it? I think the black one because it does look dark. So this is gonna be the green channel. So I'm gonna go into vertex paint, and I'm gonna remove the red and the blue and the alpha and leave the green channel. So that's about right. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, what we want to do also is that we kind of want to separate them so that we can individually rotate them. And another way, sure, you could just first we have to also apply the mirror modifier. Now we could get rid of also the split line. So edge. Right. So we could technically grab everything and just separate them by separate them by loose parts. This is interesting. What the hell? Okay, so these are separated by what? What is Blender doing today? Okay, so yeah, because the modifier was fair enough. Fair enough. So we could technically separate them by loose parts. Maybe we're gonna do this. Separate by loose parts, and now we can just join them. But obviously, if we join them, it's gonna create that issue. So actually, maybe what we're gonna do is we're gonna let's see. We can just parent them, perhaps. Okay, I parented them to the wrong one. Oh my god. Which one is the bloody tube? Oh, this one. Why are they like this? Anyway. Now they're parented correctly. Yeah, this is a bit of a annoying process. I'm wondering if I can do this better. Definitely joining these is gonna help. I don't like to do it like this. So this is what, 3 and 6. And I have 3 selected, so 6 goes into 3. This is 4, 11 goes into 4. This is 5, 12 goes into 5. Okay, cool. Now they are together. So what we're gonna do, some of them, we bring them a bit more up. Maybe rotate them slightly. Watch out because they're using this as an origin point. No, actually, yeah, actually they are. So this is not great. So what I can do is origin to geometry, and at least for these little further ones. And could actually rotate them also on the X slightly. Just make it look a bit more. Okay, yeah, that's good. So now I can just grab them. I can also select hierarchy. And now I can just duplicate, and I can just rotate them on the Z. Oh, jeez. Bounding box center. There you go. That looked like a disaster there for a second because I did not have bounding box center at individual origin, so that was a mess. Keep that in mind. Now we can also duplicate them again. Jesus. Okay. Oh look, screencast stopped working. How surprising. So duplicated them again. Just moving them a little bit. Maybe rotate them slightly. Maybe rotate them on the Y. and perhaps also on the x-axis a little bit. Cool. So that works. These obviously are not parented to the incubator, so we're gonna have to parent them to it. But I would rather parent them to this. So let's call this glass. Remove the solidify, and I'm just gonna grab all these and just straight up parent them to the glass. So if we move the glass, now they move with it. And obviously if we move the whole incubator, well, we cannot see it, but if we go into X-ray view, we will. And there you go, they're all moving together. Perfect. And we have our lights. Now the question is, can we actually see them? Probably not, because yeah, they're way too far up, as you can see. It's fine, we're just gonna grab them all and bring them down a little bit. Yeah, that's definitely more visible, at least it should be. Cool. Very nice. Now, if you're worried that you're gonna see that they're not touching the ceiling, that's fine. We can just hide everything else. Just but actually leave those. I'll go select hierarchy, go into edit mode, just vertex. And first of all, I would like to SZ0 so they're all even. And then just bring them up. Yeah, that will work. Cool. Okay, unhide everything. And now we can actually make the dirt for the plants. Okay, now we can start working on the thingy here, the dirt thing. Might actually be nice to have a little bit of grass, but it doesn't really make sense now, does it? So I think I'm gonna use like a texture from Texture Haven or something like that for the dirt. Yeah, it's just gonna be like a square here, nothing fancy. Like we're not gonna go crazy about it. Just gonna hide everything else, and yeah, just honestly the easiest thing to do here would be to just grab these, fill, grab them, separate selection, and then we have these three. So then we're gonna go into edit mode. We can inset them a little bit. I think this would be fine. Then Control I to invert the selection, delete the faces, and bring origin to geometry, and literally just bring them up. Now I'm not sure how high we would have to bring them. Like, I'm gonna bring them pretty high because I know that the glass goes way lower. I'm gonna Control N to invert. Okay, normals are not being inverted, so I'm gonna flip. Okay. And then what we can do, again, select everything. We're gonna inset them slightly, just like this. And then just grab these edge loops. Hello? Okay. And just literally extrude them up. The alternative, if you don't want to do it like this because you want to have a thicker bottom, this can be also a reason. You can do it like this. You can directly just grab these edges. You can then extrude up, say like this. Actually, you could have just grabbed the faces. I don't know why I did this. Then inset and extrude down like this. And you'd be done, and you would have a top and a bottom. But it doesn't really matter because you're not gonna see the bottom anyway. So we could just delete it and run with it like this, and it will be fine as well. Now these have edges because I'm assuming that the glass still had those edges. But also what we want to do is we want to apply a texture though. So for the sake of the texture being uneven, which is likely when we're gonna put displacement on it, I'm just gonna duplicate these, separate selection again, and bring these up. I'm gonna bring them to this point, and I'll call these dirt. The dirt is gonna have a material on it, not glass, definitely, which is gonna be called dirt. And well, this is not gonna be glass anymore. It's gonna be the basic material. What should we give it? I think probably the black one. Still gonna serve us just fine. Oh, I just noticed one thing actually. The glass has a sort of a rim around it, both on top and on the bottom. So that's fine. We can easily fix this. But this, yeah, let's just give it the green. So clear red, clear blue, clear alpha. Cool. Now back into object mode. We can just unhide everything. We can go into this view. By the way, actually what we want to do, we want to parent the dirt to this. So let's call this tray. So the dirt goes into the tray and the tray goes into the glass. And now if we remove glass, it moves everything. Cool. So if we move this, should probably have it somewhere like here. Fortunately, I cannot see much from this view, but I reckon yeah, a little bit lower. I think this is fine. Yeah. For the glass, regarding it, so there is like gonna be a rim. Yeah. There's like a rim at the bottom and a rim on the top. So what we want to do, I want to create these 3 edge loops and bevel them. I think it's like a very slight one. We have, although, yeah, like we have a pretty much no clearance from the outside, so we're gonna have to, yeah, we're gonna have to work around this a little bit. So first of all, this has to go a little bit higher, and then we can just grab these faces and we can just, let's see, extrude in. Just a little bit like this, maybe. Yeah, that's fine. And apply rotation scale, just be safe. And then, so we're gonna separate selection once again. Just take a look. That looks fine. And we have the glass, and this is the rims. So obviously we're gonna have to give this the basic material at this point. We cannot keep the glass material. Then we can go into vertex paint and we can just apply the black one. So remove RBA and leave the G. I think at least, yeah. And Bob's your uncle. Cool. Now that looks nice. Okay, very good. You may have forgotten, I haven't. We still need to unwrap things correctly so that they don't look really messy. Now for the lights, we kind of don't care. Because it's just a basic emission on it, so we couldn't care less, to be fair. But we'll still, you know, kind of go for it because it's always good practice. Now for the glass, now this should be kind of the same. So this is fine. We don't need to change anything. For the rims, this is gonna be a bit of a different story because now we have some extra geometry, so we're gonna want to go and unwrap it again. I think it's conformal, isn't it? Yes, single base does it like that. Okay, and then we want to go into Zen. We want to checker texture it, and we want to set the texel density. Cool. Yeah, that looks fine. Now for the dirt, I'm literally just gonna go on top, just go into edit mode, select everything, and project from view. Literally simple as that. And set the TD. And checker texture. Yeah. Good. Dirt is done. Ooh, nice trays, man. Okay, these look absolutely horrifying. So what we can do... God, my allergy is killing me today. Okay. So what we can do, as I was saying, we can grab these three faces, hue, mark seam, and now it's gonna unwrap these like that. So then we can just grab these three edge loops and mark a seam as well. Now, theoretically, it should be decent. That's not bad. Not bad. Set TD. Let's have a look. No big distortions are happening. It's also an area that is pretty small, so we kind of couldn't care less. But if you really do, you want to separate one of these parts, maybe the inside, like that. Like mark this also as a seam. But honestly, like that, it looks fine as it is. There's no major distortions and annoying stuff, so that is enough. What you want to keep in mind though is that we actually want to sharpen and bevel this. Remember, just one edge bevel like this. Yep. And we want to go in and give it weighted normal, and we want to give it a triangulate as well. Maybe reduce the bevel slightly. Yeah, like this will do. Cool. Of course, the dirt doesn't need that, but this might. So once again, we sharpen, we bevel one edge. Wonder if we should actually, you know what? Maybe instead of beveling it, tell you what, we give it a nice chamfer. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then we can sharpen and bevel it. And we give it obviously a one edge bevel. This is going to be a very small one, because this chamfer is already pretty small, so we don't want to overdo it. Then we weighted normal. Now we have a nice little chamfer happening there. What is this overlapping here? Something is badly overlapping. Oh, is it this? God damn. Why is it overlapping like this? Well, one way of fixing that would be obviously just reduce it, but should not be overlapping, because did I really make it that small of a clearance? Seriously? Apparently I did. Oh, great. So, I gotta begin to hide stuff now. I think, yeah, this is not the best. Okay, so we could literally just grab everything, Control L, and by using individual origins, just scale it down. This is like the cheap and dirty way. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fan, but it will work. And now if I unhide everything, still slightly overlapping. So we can reduce it again a little bit. And now it's not overlapping anymore. I mean, it's always good to leave a little bit of clearance. I didn't, I almost didn't leave any there, which is not good. But sometimes you might make mistakes like this. The important part is that you can fix them. Remember, fix mistakes. Now, for some reason, this edge here is not marked as sharp. Hello, Blender. What are you doing? It's just somehow refusing to mark that edge as sharp, even though it's... Ah. Oh, I see. What the hell? What happened there? Okay, well, let's back out one moment. Ah, I see. Okay. Let's get back to, right, to the end of what we were doing. Right, of course not marking it sharp because there is no face there, so absolute genius. So we're gonna have to select these and just extrude them down. Cool. Well, if we want to do this correctly, we would isolate and yeah, just enter mode GZ. There you go. And then we would bridge these. Now we don't want to do that because we don't care because we don't see there. Obviously, we are going to have to give these the seam, and then we'll obviously have to first of all, actually, by the way, we can scale them down slightly. It should not clip. No, it does not. It's very small clearance, but it's fine. And then we can just grab everything and unwrap once again. Cool. Set the checker texture. Looks fine. Great. Now we would pretty much have to do the same for the top ones, but there is an easier way. So we can just Control L after selecting all three and delete the vertices. Now, what we want to do is we want a median point in the middle so that we can mirror it. So if you think about it, we did have the glass, which now it's pretty much in the middle. Obviously the origin is not, but that's fine because we can do origin to geometry. And now it's going to be in the middle. So if we technically hide it and we select our bottom part, we select the glass, then we Alt X and modifier apply. Perfect. Done. Great. Now it's gonna be the same and has already the modifier applied, and it's also unwrapped. We don't need to re-unwrap. Great. Now, moving on to the lights. So we have the incubator. We said that we have the glass. Wait, what is glass one? Ah. Obviously, this is called glass. Whatever. Let's call it glass rims or something. Can hide the glass for now. What we need are these, which, by the way, at this point in time, we could technically join together. Not gonna lie. But yeah, I wonder what's gonna happen to the attributes because let's see. Oof, very nice. So what's happening here? Okay, let's not join them together then. Fine, have it your way. Like I said, these we don't really need to unwrap them. Like I don't even know what they look like. Oh wow, that's actually terrible. Fine. I'm just gonna grab them all, simply unwrap them like this, and it's terrible. So about Smart TV project, great. That's fine. I wonder actually how it looks like if I set the checker texture, and that's not so bad actually, not so bad. Cool. Now we don't need them to have like huge textile density, but yeah, if you're showcasing your work, well, you might want them to like be set correctly. So now what we can do is we can grab these, right? Could go in and just do it manually, but honestly, easiest way to get rid of these, because it's a small detail, we don't really see it, we don't need to like texture it in Substance Painter. It's fine to literally just, well, first of all, go into edit mode, select them all, Smart TV project, bam, done. Pretty much done. Don't need to care. Slap a checker texture, set the TD. Yeah. I mean, it looks absolutely terrible, but it's fine because they're gonna have pretty much almost no detail on them anyway, you know? But yeah, they're gonna be pretty sterile that way. So I'm gonna grab one, bevel it with the classic. Yeah, just like this. And then I wanna weight it normal and triangulate it. Cool. And now I'm just gonna select all of the others like this. Let's remove the checker textures because it doesn't let me see anything, to be honest. Cool. Now select this one as active, Control L, copy modifiers. And now they're all gonna be like that. Just double check to be safe. And there you go. Great. Now we have our dirt, we have our lights, we just need the fern. I was trying to avoid this until almost the end, because this is like, I haven't done plant and vegetation modeling in a while, so this is gonna be a back to school for me a little bit, because it ain't that easy, partner. But we can make it like, well, when you look at a plant, you can think of it a little bit of as you need to subdivide it, right, a little bit. So this is a big leaf, like one of these branches. It kind of has bilateral symmetry, so you can just model it, lay the leaves, then curve it, and you're pretty much done. And it's not a difficult plan to do. Like, we can do it pretty quickly, I reckon, and give it some variation for the other two. We will also obviously have to model these because these are separate objects. This one we actually should have made it dark, maybe. Yeah, like black, like this one. Huh. Silly me. Well, there's still, yeah, quite a bit of work to do. And, yeah. What to start with first? Can maybe start with with these. Yeah. So these should be pretty straightforward to make. This is just like an inset with an inset with an inset. This is gonna be a bit tougher to do though. Yeah. Yeah, let's make one of these three. So I'm just gonna bring the origin point down here. Create a circle, reduce the size, RX 90. That's like about E big. Let's go into edit, close it up. Now this looks pretty much like this. It's like it's like that, then it has an inset, and then it's like this, and it has another inset, and then it's like this again. So that's what it looks like. Let's take a look at it again. Yeah, that's pretty much how it is, and then it just kind of goes inside and has this outer piece. I think, yeah. Yep. Okay, so I think I can just bring it out and kind of just, first let's just rotation and scale apply, and we can maybe do this. It's a small detail, so we don't need to go too crazy with the amount of oof. Okay, maybe a bit more than that, because I thought it was sharp. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is fine. Now for the other part, we might want to inset, duplicate and separate the selection. Jeez, I just moved the origin. On the origin, the 3D cursor. Right, then just grab these and dissolve. And this, we can just grab it, extrude it along the normals. And then it has pikes, something, I don't know. Looks like it has some form of spikes. Not sure how many it has. Cannot really see that well. 1, 2, so they're like, okay. So got ourselves a 32. And so we could do it like this, actually. Maybe on the third. Yes, that works. By the way, little trick, in case you didn't know, you select something, you leave 1, 2, 3 spaces or 4 or whatever, and you click another one, and then you click, god damn it. Okay, and then you click Control Shift plus, is gonna take another 4 spaces and put another one, and then Control Shift plus, and again and again and again. So you can easily start, you know, like selecting things way faster this way, because it's much easier. So in my case, for example, I leave 2 spaces and Control click, Control click, Control click, okay, and that works. But I think I left 3 though. Yes, 3 spaces. No, that's not right. No, 2 spaces. Yeah. So 2 spaces keeps going around, and you know this because if you Control Shift plus, you know, it keeps just going around like this, selecting the same ones. If you mess it up, that you don't have the correct number, see, eventually it's gonna select everything, and you don't want that. So it's gonna be 2 spaces for this. What I can do is I can bevel it. I think actually I could inset. I'm wondering how, like, what's the best way to do this? Actually, I might have another solution. Make it a bit tidier. Delete the faces, just grab this one and then do the same thing that I was doing. Cool. Then we will bevel this. Yeah, just a little bit. Select everything, Ctrl E, extrude along the normals. Why is it not doing it? Hello? Ah, there you go. So Alt E, extrude along normals, just a little bit. And then we just select this, and then Control click, and we keep it pressed. And then we can just Alt E and extrude along the normals again. Cool. And now individual origins, we can just SX0, XY0. Good. And now we can merge by proximity and remove 32 vertices. Great. I think that looks okay. And we can then sharpen it and bevel it, and perfect. There you go. Great. Model is finished. Yes. So we'll bevel it ever so slightly, just like that much. See, like we can still see that there is no overlapping weird stuff going on. By the way, same is gonna go for this, sharpen and bevel. Remember, Jesus, remember just one edge bevel. I mean, one segment bevel, and then we can give it a weighted normal and a triangulate, and we are good. Normal and a triangulate. Yeah, this one is a bit collapsing on itself, as you can clearly see. So if you see that it starts collapsing on itself, just, well, that will do. Now it's not collapsing on itself. It might have helped just by marking it as sharp, perhaps. Some of the triangulate is doing interesting things, but let's actually try so that maybe we can have less edges running through. So see, now it's not marked as sharp. If I do, it might actually, yeah, that's much better, because marking it as sharp is gonna give it a bevel, and then the triangulate is gonna work from there. So now it's fine. You know, just to be safe, we are just gonna check it with the matte cap, because this, we do not want it to look like shit. Oh, good. Look at that. Perfect. And it passes the matte cap test, so that's great. Now, so what we want to do, so we have circle and circle one. Let's take the big one and call it what can we call it? Handle spiked handle, and then we can call the spikes. We put the spikes in the spiked handle. Perfect. Can select everything and duplicate it. Jesus. Control plus to select hierarchy, or am I becoming disabled a little bit? Okay, I did not assign it a shortcut. This is weird. I remember I had one. Fascinating. Right, so what we can do is that we can duplicate it and duplicate it. And we could just rotate this one on the y-axis a bit, you know, just give it a little bit of a different look. But not spaced correctly. I mean, this is just to have it like that for now. Later on, we're gonna do it a bit better. But for now, that looks pretty darn good, if I say so myself. Now the problematic one is gonna be this asshole right there. So this is gonna be a bit annoying to do, because it has these outer sides. Right, so I figured out one way of doing this would be to there are several ways you can do this. So you can just make one section and array it, like circular array it all together. But honestly, I think that this approach is a little bit easier. We just make a circle with 18 edges, and we just you know, like create a face, rotate it by 90, and now what we're gonna do is that we're gonna scale it down. And we're gonna rotate it so that this face, right, it's flat and it's up. Then what we can do is we can extrude it outwards, but we go into X-ray view. Jesus, I always forget. And we can scale this up to be like that. Yes. No, actually, no, sorry. We will scale it up a slightly, just like this-ish. It's gonna be fine. Maybe we can actually scale this down slightly. Cool, then we grab this face, and this one, then we control plus, like I did before. The screencast wasn't working again. Then we extrude along the normals, just like this, right? That's about right. And now what we want to do is we go into solo view, and we're just gonna go on the side view, just go into vertex mode, grab all the vertices like these, see, that are overshooting, and we're just gonna bring them back to level with this one. And we're gonna be doing exactly the same thing for these. So GY, just bring them to level with this one. Now, this is already okay, but I actually just want to grab these edges, right? And we can either shift the edges, so like we GG and move them like this, or we can just bevel them like such. Now I'm not sure what the object actually looks like. Damn it. Yeah, honestly, I cannot really tell. It's no, it looks like they're kind of curved. You see, like they're actually sort of beveled, right? So yeah, it might be an easier, like sorry, not an easier, but a better option to just bevel them like this. We give it a few and sharpen. Okay, looks good. But now what we also need to do, yeah, I'm wondering if I can, yeah, I can take some artistic liberty here. Maybe I was thinking to extrude it out and make a base, and not have it necessarily connected with these, to be honest. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I'll extrude this and extrude it once more. Just grab this and just extrude it along the normals. Maybe not so much. Yeah, about that much. Yeah, I would say that looks good. Once again, sharpen, one segment bevel. Interesting artifacting going on here. I'm just gonna put a support edge for now. And then we can weight it normal, triangulate. Yeah, this looks pretty good. I wonder if I remove the support edge though. If we're gonna get monsters. Maybe. Let's see, let's check the math cap. Whoa, yeah. That is a lot of that's a lot of bullshit. It looks terrible. This is better. It's much better. It's being kept in check. Yeah, I think this is good. This is pretty good. I wouldn't say it's perfect because there's still a little bit of artifacting, but it's not terrible either. Besides, remember, this is a very, very tiny detail. Jesus, it's so small that I actually really struggle to give it the right bevel. By the way, it helps if you undo the weighted normal so that you can see. By the way, actually this we have to put it on weight. Yeah. Because I think it was on angle and it wasn't recognizing a couple. So gotta put it on weight for sure. And now it is. I will still reduce it to 0.3 to be honest. Jeez. 4. Yeah, this is fine. This is honestly fine. Yeah, that looks good. Yep. Okay, we want it actually to be right next to these, so I'm gonna unhide everything, and I'm just gonna G, oh, just that one though, G, and I will hit Control to make it snap in place. Now, it did snap, but the origin point is not in the correct spot, so, well, to be fair, if we want to do this right, so as in we want to have it perfectly aligned, like to the millimeter, what we can do is we can grab this one. We can have a cursor to selected. We click this one and we have selection to cursor. And we can scale it up slightly. GX. And look at that. It's perfectly aligned. And GY. Let's move it slightly. Cool. Now we can go into X-ray mode and actually check if it's aligned correctly. Well, now it is. I think it's actually a bit smaller than the others. This one. Is it? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, actually it's a little bit smaller. So maybe we're gonna reduce it slightly. Let's try to keep it as similar as possible. Good. Yeah. Yeah, that looks nice. Neat. These are all definitely not white. There is one, I mean, like the circle here that looks chrome-ish. It looks like it's chrome, or maybe the same white color as this. Hard to say. I'm just gonna make it white for convenience, but we could make it chrome. Like, use the alpha and make a chrome material, which takes 2 seconds, and just do it. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it white. So what we want to do, oh wow, this actually has inverted normals for some reason. So just select everything and flip them. Perfect. No more flip normals. Also, we want to really select these. Go into vertex paint and give it an R. Remove GMB and A. And obviously it works just for that one because they're not. They're obviously not the same material. Sorry, not the same object. So remove everything. Apply red. And god damn it. Remove everything and keep red. This we can give it the green channel, so we can remove blue and alpha, leave it at the green. Remove blue and alpha, also here, and remove the blue, alpha, red, and leave the green. Cool. So this one we actually want it to be black because it's way darker than the others. So we no, wait. No, this actually looks more rubbery. Hold on. Yeah, that looks more rubbery. It's more similar to this, so we are gonna give it a blue. Fill, clear, and clear. Cool. Very nice. So now we can actually separate this as well because, yeah, this, I mean, this looks like white. It's just really heavy ambient occlusion, but from this angle, it actually looks white. This now it's pitch black. That's actually pitch black. It's supposed to be a screen. So I'm actually wondering if I should even make it another completely different material and just give it like a black glossy. So maybe actually use the alpha for this one time. Oof. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. Like from this view, it does not look like a screen, but confusion of the highest order. So you know what? I'll make a decision and make it a bloody screen. Okay. So easiest way here, in my opinion, would be to just grab the knife on the z-axis. Did I actually knife straight? Oh yeah, I did. Shit. I swear to God, like the knife sometimes it does not look like it's knifing correctly, but it actually... May Jesus help you, brother. I hate this tool. I swear to God. It's so inconsistent. Okay. See, Z. Now it works because I cut through everything. I swear I hate this thing. Cut through here too? No, good. So now I gotta figure out where the thing is. It's like here. Cool. Now we can literally just grab this face and inset it. Just a tiny little bit. Then we can just grab these edges. Yeah, now here's the problem I have with this, is that the connection point is here. It's gonna cause trouble, so I'm just gonna knife and do this. Just merge them up. We'll fix it, don't worry about it. It looks horrible now. Sorry, pardon my French. But here, we're gonna bevel and do this work. And we could have done the same as here, actually. Just mirror it, technically. Yeah, you know what? We'll just... Nah. I'll keep it like in the picture. Okay, now I know it looks like a failed abortion here, but bear with me. So we'll separate the selection. Now we can just at least dissolve that one. So this is another piece. So my idea was to actually give it a little bit of a depth, sharpen it up, reduce the bevel because it's clipping, and the back side, just gonna isolate it, select all this, merge it, yes, merge it, delete this bastard, and clean. Yay! Cool. We'll still, by the way, have to take a look. You gotta always take into account that we might have just messed up really badly the UVs. So we are gonna look at the checker texture. No, wow, it's not utterly destroyed. Oh, that's great. And this is also UV'd because the back part was actually UV'd, so this is gonna be UV'd as well. We can remove the checker texture and we can paint. Where are my attributes gone? We can paint this alpha. So we go into VCM and we remove the red, remove the green, god damn it, remove the blue and fill with alpha. nice. Great. I think that's it for the modeling side. Ugh, apologies. It's had a rough day today. I think that's it for the modeling side. There's nothing more to hard model, so to speak. Cool. Now we just have to unwrap these little bastards right here, and we're done. But yeah, we're at a good point. Great. Now the last thing to do before we wrap everything up, we're just gonna quickly just delete these and unwrap these two, and then bring them back. Like we can actually bring them back as an array. So how would we unwrap this? This is not gonna be fun to unwrap. Like, first of all, this we can actually delete the interfaces, which does help. We would have to separate them all. Let's see how it looks if we just straight up unwrap it. Like this is going to UV it. Oh, Jesus. Debatable. Let's just say debatable. Angle based for this looks way better because angle based is a bit more for like I don't know, it just works better when stuff is not straight, or is not supposed to be straight. Like in this case. Let's give it a checker texture and have a look at it. Oh my god, the stretching. It's killing me, bro. Yeah, now let's blow it up. Yeah, not the sexiest unwrapping on the planet, but I'll tell you what, it will work. It will work. If you want to have it done a bit better, you would have to separate like these triangular things and spread them open. I'll give you a little example of what I mean by this. So we should have to mark these as seams. Then how would we splash them open? So we would have to grab these two, yeah, not one, we would have to make two of them so that it will unfold, yeah, in this way. Look, see, so it would unfold like this, and this would not be stretched at all. So now if I just increase the textile density again, you will see that it's fine. Like obviously the bevel is, see, the bevel is messing up a little bit, but yeah, it would actually look alright like that. See, but here it would look like shit. So it's up to you really. Another alternative you have is to just smart UV project and just forget about it. Okay, we'll split it into a billion pieces, and oh, look at that, it's actually still kind of stretched. Huh. Interesting. Well, obviously best way is to do it by hand, but this is such a tiny piece that we do not care. We're just gonna remove all of the seams and just re-unwrap it. It's gonna unwrap it in a circular fashion. And then we will just set the TD and just forget about it, because this is such a tiny piece, we don't care. There is going to be no detail on it anyway, so screw it, it's fine. This one, let's see, so this one, okay, so we can first of all remove this face. We will probably need to mark this as a seam, grab the bottom one and mark also this as a seam. And now technically if we unwrap it, it should be looking like that, but we'll make it conformal. No, maybe we'll just leave it at angle base. Set the TD and let's take a look at the checker. Actually, yeah, need to check like this. Very small distortion within acceptable range, I have to say. Great. Set TD again. Done. This one now, this is This is now something really annoying to unwrap. You would have to separate a couple things here if you want to do this right. For academic purposes, let's actually do it correctly. First of all, delete these. Then, yeah, I'm thinking of a couple ways. One would be to separate the bottom part. And actually everything but the top. Oh wow, wait a second. What the hell is going on here? Oh, this is why maybe it still looked messed up. Hold on one sec. Yeah, this is actually a bit better. I think, at least, yeah. So, one way we would want to do this is to literally just grab this whole area here. Yeah, minus the mid part, everything pertaining this section. But not the faces, just the edges that go around the perimeter. Mark it as a seam, and then separate this part, like all of this, by following this edge loop. And that would make it fan out correctly. The alternative is just to literally do this. It's a disaster. Look how badly it's. Ah, shit. Just kidding. The alternative was to do this. And it's gonna do it by itself in 2 seconds, flat. And you know what? It's small enough that you don't need to care. It's really fine. Yeah, it's fine. Well, see, it actually had the good common sense to divide most of this correctly. It split these. It didn't really need to. It could have just used these three, right? But yeah, it's okay. We can work with this. Set the textile density. Done. Remove. Now all we need to do is grab this. Where is it? Select hierarchy and just duplicate, move it on the X. Great. Now we have to name everything correctly because this is becoming a bit of a mess. So this incubator _1, this is basically the screen. So we're gonna call it screen, move it into incubator, and spike handle 1, spike handle 2. There are these, and we know what they are. Hello, okay. And this circle is let's call it grip handle. There. And now, for the sake of figuring out extra stuff, we want to kind of rename things. So this is pipe rims. This is actual pipes. Oh, pipex. Pipes. What else? Oh, these are all of the lights. Jesus. Yeah, you know what, I'm not gonna rename them. Like, whatever. Lights, I kind of don't care. Trays are named. These are named. What's this? This is the black material. And this is the white material, which is the incubator. Okay. We are good. So now, what we can do, last thing, we're just gonna import it into Unreal and check out how it looks. So, where is it? Unreal Engine. Export. Nope. We have to reopen the project. Cool. I reopened the project and 2 changes to the source were detected. It's making me import another mesh, which is odd. No, I'm actually gonna cancel this. Well, seems like I did that anyway. Well, it did import the lights and everything else, it seems. But I'm just gonna go double check what it is that happened here. Why two assets will be exported? Which assets? Incubator and screen. But the screen isn't here. Why is the screen considered another thing? This is weird. Is this also set to export recursive? So I'll put it on auto. That's why. Yeah, so now it's one asset. Okay, export to Unreal. So I'm pretty sure if I go to the static meshes now I have the screen. No, I don't. Okay, cool. Great. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, this looks right. Neat, neat. Good. Good, good, good. So obviously this is the wrong material and we don't have the emission material yet or the dirt material. So next up, this is exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the dirt material and apply displacement on it. We're gonna do the emission material and I'll show you how to actually put lights into an object like this. And then we're gonna do the screen as well. Once we're done with all of this, we can actually begin to work on the decals and the trim sheet. I mean, honestly, the trim sheet is just gonna be one, maybe two. Yeah, it's gonna be two slits because there is nothing else to really panel trim here, and the rest is just gonna be decals. And I'll show you how it's done.